Hi guys, it's Anita again. I'm back for the rest of the story about Lady Gaga in New York. So basically, after the show, I was there with I kind of met up with a whole bunch of people from different websites and some friends that I knew that were going to the show from New York. So I was with a friend of mine, this girl who's also from Toronto, and after the show, we kind of waited till everybody went because we were way at the front and we didn't want to wait in line forever. After everybody left, we started getting out and going towards the exit, and we're still inside the hall, inside the theater hall, the venue. And I saw the two girls who had won the Virgin Mobile contest. I saw them kind of chilling on the side of the stage by themselves. So I went and said hi to them. I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you guys won! I'm so excited for you," and all this stuff. And she was like, "Yeah, we're so excited. We can't believe it. Like, it actually happened. You were just telling us about it." It was unbelievable. It was surreal. That's how it was. And so we're talking whatever, and I asked her, I was like, well, do you think if there's any way if I give you I had taken my the super deluxe book with me, and I'd ask her, do you think if there's any way you can get this maybe signed for me? And I told her, like, she knew the whole story about what happened to me, like with the meet and greets and how I got screwed out of it and the whole thing with the scalper. So she was like, for sure I'm going to try. I mean, give it to me. And we exchanged numbers, and she was like, as soon as I get out of there, I'm going to call you, and I'll give it to you. I'll let you know what happens. And she's like, I'll really try. And then while I was telling her this whole story about what happened to me, the Virgin guy came, like the guy who's in charge of I guess promoting Virgin Mobile. And so I started talking to him, and I was like, hey, what is there anything I can do? Like, is there any way I can get backstage or whatever? Which I knew in my head it was like the answer was going to be no, but I was like, it's not going to hurt to try. And I started telling him, all this stuff that happened. He's like, I'm really sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. Like, the promotion is like 2 people only, and these are the people who won. Like, it's out of my hands. I can't do anything. And while I was talking to him, all the there was a few security people and like ushers and stuff, people from who worked at Radio City who were there. And this woman, like one of them, she heard me, and she was like, oh my God, girls, did that really happen to you? Like, did you lose all this money to a scalper? Did all this shit happen? I was like, yeah, it's real, this happened. And that's why I'm trying to talk to people. Like, I know there's like barely, like, there's no chance of me getting backstage, but at least like I want to tell people. I want somebody to know how fucked her fans got. Like, we got screwed, and just a few days before the show, right? So this woman, she was so sweet, and there was a few other security people, whatever, who were working there, and they overheard, and she's like, it's not in, like, it's out of our hands. Radio City doesn't control this. It's all of Gaga's people. Like, you need to go talk to them. They're the people. If anybody can do this or whatever, it's them. And I was like, oh well, I can't get to them. They're probably backstage somewhere. And she goes, no, go to the other side of the stage. Like, we were on the right side. She's like, go to the left side of the stage. And she pointed, and there was it was like a bunch of people there, like not a lot of people, maybe like, I don't know, 20, 30, whatever people. And she was like, do that, go over there and go talk to her tour people are there. And I was like, no way. So I started going, my friend was with me, and we go over there, and I see Gaga's she's kind of like her tour, like her backstage organizer. Like, while the meet and greets were happening, she was her organizer of that stuff. And I knew what she looked like because a lot of people had spoken about her and told me about her and all these things. And so I went up to her. I was like, hey Marguerite, what's up? Like, I know I've heard so much about you, blah blah blah. And she was there hanging out with a bunch of guys. They were just like joking around, whatever. Like, they were like buddy about it. And she saw me, and she's like, hey, what's up? She was very like, normal. She stopped like joking around and stuff. And she comes towards me, and then she looks at my wrist, and then she sees there's nothing on it. She's like, I can't talk to you. You don't have a wristband? I'm not going to talk to you. But like, in kind of a really rude tone, like kind of a bitchy tone. And it was weird to me because I'd heard she's such a nice person, but I guess like they have to turn that on, right? Like, they have to be strict and whatever, because you don't know what kind of crazy shit, like, some crazy fans are gonna do. So, like, I didn't take any offense to it. So, because I heard so many people saying she's, like, the nicest person, whatever. So I was like, alright, well, I just want to talk to you. Like, I don't want anything from you. Like, just let me talk to you. And she's like, no, I can't talk to you if you don't have a wristband. You need to get out of here, blah, blah, blah. Really mean. And I was like, oh, well, okay. But then my friend who was there with me, she was like, please, just hear this girl out, just talk to her. And then the two girls who'd won the Virgin thing, they're like, yeah, talk to her. And then I started talking to the security guy who was over there, and he was like, after he heard what had happened, he goes, like, he called Marguerite, he's like, yo, you need to talk to her. So all these people are telling her, like, come back, talk to this chick, which was awesome. Like, I love all those people who were there. I don't even know half their names, but she finally comes, like, towards me. She walks back towards me, and she goes, like, what's up? What do you want from me, right? Type of thing. She's still kind of on edge, like, waiting to kind of, bitch me out and get me to get out of there. And I was like, well, this is what happened, and, I got, you guys canceled the meet and greets, and her fans got fucked, especially those of us, like, I had to travel, I had to pay for a hotel, I had to pay for this, like, and I paid a lot of money to a scalper, like, a lot of money. It was a broker, not a scalper, sorry. And she goes, the first thing she goes, okay, first of all, and her finger was in my face too, this is not a joke. She goes, first of all, sweetheart, what you need to do is not buy from brokers ever. This is wrong. You shouldn't. And she's just, like, going on and on, like, kind of bitchy in my face, and I was just like, whoa, chill. How about we just chill? Like, nobody's attacking you, nobody's saying anything. She's just, like, all up in my face, like, meh. And so she was like, yeah, don't buy from brokers, whatever. And I was like, well, it was either this or not come to the show at all, because the New York ticket sales were such a clusterfuck. Like, nobody could get tickets. They sold out in less than 10 seconds, which is bullshit. Like, you guys need to get your shit together, arrange shit so that ticket brokers aren't buying all the shit that should be going to fans. And she's like, well, that's not my problem, blah, blah. What you need to know is just never buy from a broker. That's all I can tell you. And in my head, I'm thinking, like, what the fuck, right? And she's like, yeah, because if you buy from a broker, who does that go to? Like, what do the proceeds go to? I was like, well, obviously the broker. She's like, yeah, Gaga doesn't see any of that. And in my head, I didn't say this out loud because I don't want to be a bitch, but in my head I was like, well, I thought Gaga didn't care about money. What the fuck, right? Why do you care? And she's like, no, well, the money tonight, and this was the night where all the proceeds were going to Haiti. So she's like, you could have spent all that money and donated it to Haiti and whatever instead of a broker. And I was like, well, a portion of my money is still going to Haiti. And actually, and this is the truth, I'm not lying, when I found out about this, when I found out the meet and greets were canceled, and when I found out she's giving the money to Haiti, I got so upset that, all that money isn't going to go to Haiti, that I actually went and donated a lot of money of my own to Haiti, just so, I felt bad. I was like, this asshole ticket broker in New York is, like, taking my money, and, people in Haiti are suffering. So, and I told Marguerite that, and she was like, well, that's really nice of you, like, that's really sweet, whatever, but you should never buy from a ticket broker, whatever. I was like, okay, fine. And she's like, tell me to get the fuck out of there. She's like, you need to leave. And I was like, okay, I'll leave, but, like, I look around, and there's all these people sitting there. Aside from the two virgin girls who, like, won the Virgin thing, there's, like, I don't know, maybe around 20-something people sitting there, like, close to 30 people. So I was like, who are these people? And I look around, and they all had wristbands. Like, they all had this, like, fucking orange or pink or whatever wristband. And Marguerite's like, oh, they're waiting for Gaga. I was like, what do you mean they're waiting for Gaga? She goes, they're waiting to meet with Gaga. Yeah. I'll pause for a second. Just, yeah. Okay. So, I was like, what? What the fuck? What just happened? And I was like, you told me the meet and greets were canceled. And she goes, yeah, they were canceled, but these people are waiting to meet Gaga. Okay, so I think I've gone over the time again. Okay, part 3 coming up, part 3. I promise you, just, I'll be right back.